All right now. What's up, world? What's up, world? All right. You know, President Biden. You know what I'm saying? This the law enforcement. This the government. Do you really think we will follow you instead of following God on a government shutdown? And do you really believe black people will be affected the most if it's a government shutdown? I think I think I think so. Because the reason the black people will be affected the most is because of Social Security, VA assistance, welfare assistance, and stuff like that. That's the only way that, black people will be effective money-wise. But that's if black people ain't stupid. Biden. Your name not Biden for nothing. And I know you don't go both ways. I hope you don't anyway. But what I'm trying to tell you is I can say bye, then, or I can say bye then. And if you can just guess which one I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say no bye then. I'm gonna say bye then, and then that threat you gave us won't be a threat no more. You know what I'm saying? It's the kingdom of God. It's the kingdom of heaven. Ain't no government shut down. It's just everybody need to go to their nearest bank, cancel their old accounts, and get on God's new one. It's 2023, the year you in. $1 million now. That's too much for you to spend ever. You can't spend it because I ain't gonna have no prices on nothing. And God taking care of the price on everything. You wanna eat, you can eat. White people gonna suffer too. Because ain't no more money. You get cursed by God. You spend any more of that money by the regular IRS in your government. So this little piece I'm finna show, you know what I'm saying? This little piece I'm finna listen to, it's gonna just make you laugh, you know what I'm saying? The title is Black People Will Suffer the Most from This.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Dr. Tawana Worlds, and yes, I am spinning the block again. Because just a day ago, we was this close to a government shutdown. And a government shutdown always affects a certain type of people. Matter of fact, we 44 days away from another government shutdown. And that government shutdown will affect a particular type of people. According to Joe Biden and everybody else, and I just need y'all to hear this, because I truly believe that if we stood up, game would be over. And I'll explain that in just a moment. Let me let you hear who would be affected. Why is it always us? I got that answer. Hold on.
Now a small group of extreme House Republicans, they don't want to live up to that deal, and everyone in America could be faced with paying a price for that. We changed it. We made a deal. We shook hands. We said, this is what we're going to do. And now they're reneging on the deal, which is not much of a surprise these days. And the black community in particular is going to suffer as that occurs. For example, shutdown is going to risk nutrition assistance to nearly 7 million moms and children. And it's going to disproportionately affect black families. The Department of Housing and Urban Development will have to stop nearly all its enforcement work fighting housing discrimination. EPA would have to stop its important work bringing environmental justice in frontline and fence line communities, because most of the inspections and hazardous waste sites and chemical facilities would come to a halt. Historic work we're doing to increase the share of federal contract dollars going.
He lying now about the law enforcement and all that. All that stuff ain't gonna shut down. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no law enforcement gonna turn their back on God. Y'all government.
Occurs. For example, shutdowns are going to risk nutrition assistance in only 7 million moms and children. It's going to disproportionately affect Black families. The Department.
And I just need y'all to hear this, because I truly believe that if we stood up, game would be over. And I'll explain that in just a moment. Let me let you hear who would be affected. Why is it always us? I got that answer. Hold on.
Now a small group of extreme House Republicans, they don't want to live up to that deal. And everyone in America could be faced with paying a price for that. They're changing it. We made a deal. We shook hands. They said, this is what we're going to do. And now they're reneging on the deal.
And I just need y'all to hear this, because
Now I ain't shook hand with you, body, so that handshake ain't prominent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kill people, steal from people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't made no promise with God. You ain't shook hands with God, Adam LaTroy Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So you lying if you said you shook a hand with a God.
I truly believe that if we stood up, game would be over. And I'll explain that in just a moment. Let me let you hear who would be affected. Why is it always us? I got that answer. Hold on.
Now a small group of extreme House Republicans, they don't want to live up to that deal. And everyone in America could be faced with paying a price for that. They're changing it. We made a deal. We shook hands. They said, this is what we're going to do. And now they're reneging on the deal, which is not much of a surprise these days. And the Black community in particular is going to suffer as that occurs. For example, shutdown is going to risk nutrition assistance in only 7 million moms and children.
It's a nutrition assistance, like WIC. You know what I'm saying? WIC wasn't no good, no way, President Biden. Man, at Kroger's, you get 10 cans of WIC, but then you get 10 small cans of WIC. You know what I'm saying? From WIC, you only get 10 small cans. Now the big cans was $20 too. Same price for the big can was for the little can. But Kroger's, instead of just saying give 5 big ones, you know, and 5 little ones, you know what I'm saying? They go with 10 little ones. You know what I'm saying? That's why my daughter breastfeed her own baby now. You know what I'm saying? Because of WIC and they cheap sell. You know what I'm saying? Be lying. You know what I'm saying? $20 for the big can and $20 for the little can. And you get 10 little cans, but you can't get 10 big cans. So we didn't need their government assistance no way. Go ahead, let me see what the next one is.
Disproportionately affect Black families. The Department of Housing and Urban Development will have to stop nearly all its enforcement work fighting housing discrimination.
No, they ain't gonna stop law enforcement work in housing and all that there. They ain't gonna stop law enforcement. That's a damn lie. Law enforcement belong to God. We the angels. We us G's. We ain't gonna never turn our back on God.
EPA would have to stop its important work bringing environmental justice in frontline and fence line communities, because most of the.
That's a lie. That belong to God too. That's Adam shit too. That's the Garden of Eden. EPA, that's all our, you know, our vegetation and all that stuff. So you can't claim none of that, sir. That don't belong to y'all government.
The inspections and hazardous waste sites and chemical facilities would come to a halt. Historic work we're doing during.
No, they better be OSHA safe. I bet they better be OSHA rule and OSHA applying. You know what I'm saying? They don't work for your government no more. They work for God, Adam Jackson, and that's the God of the worlds.
Increase the share of federal contract dollars going to small disadvantaged businesses would be disrupted.
Okay, we done banned dollars. We don't have your currency no more. So all y'all got left is to go to them darn banks. You know what I'm saying? And if the people don't want to give you, turn over the banks, government officials that's on God's side, go in there, tell the escort the people out of the banks, and we'll replace them with new people in the banks. You know what I'm saying? We got $2,023 per person. That's 8 billion souls multiplied by 10 generations. All the ancestors within. So we not backing down, Biden. And you can tell your government and your boys that they lost. We won. We the Garden of Eden now. Y'all can shut y'all shit down. But the government that I know, we gonna keep going.
Funding the government is one of those basic fundamental responsibilities of Congress. And if Republicans in the House don't start doing the job, we should stop electing them.
Introducing the filter.
Y'all see it right there. It's been all over the news because they wanted us to know that black people is going to suffer if the government shut down. Now, they didn't stop the government from shutting down. They just paused it for 45 days. And I've always came by here and said, I wonder why it's always the black people, for the C-19. It was the black community that was affected the greatest. For the stuff in your arm. It wouldn't work if black people didn't take it. When the unemployment rate went through the roof.
Whatever happens, they trying to kill the black people first. You know what I'm saying? They trying to stay on top. The first gonna be last and the last first. God meant that. And now the white people that's on top, that's got all the money, threatening the people on the bottom that you ain't gonna have no money. When God done banned they money, ain't no more of they money. They can't pay you a goddamn thing no more. And then if they do, they curse. And you curse for taking their money and using it. Because I gave you heavenly money. And that ain't no government shutdown. Just use your driver's license or your government ID card and get your shit. That's the only thing that's shutting down is this transferring of this money and wanting money, passing dollars and cents by the hand. You know what I'm saying? By your right hand. Now you got your driver's license and your identification card. And you got a bank card, unlimited bank card in every bank you go to that can give money to whoever you want. If you want to send it to your Cash App, it's going to have the app to send it to your Cash App. You know what I'm saying? If you needed to go to your American Express, it'll go to your American Express. However you transfer money person to person, it's going to transfer the money to the person you trying to get the money to. If you need to send money to a friend, a homeboy, a homegirl, you'll be able to send it to them. And they should have the same thing too. You know what I'm saying? So, it's really not a government shutdown. It's just everybody doing charity. You know what I'm saying? Working for the same job they doing, but getting everything they want for free. You know what I'm saying?
It was the black community that suffered the worst when the housing market crashed and people couldn't afford to pay their rent, when inflation went up and people can't afford to pay their bills. It's always the black community when the government.
Cause the black people, the one that needs something, man, they got their hand out. I ain't being funny with them, but we the only ones that's got our hand out needing these people. You know what I'm saying? They play on our needing them. Yeah, they gone. Oh, they might be gone. I don't know. You might lift that up and they might be out there. Yeah, they out there. you got somebody behind you. Cooter booter. Cooter booter.
Government shutdown, it's the black communities. And I said, I wonder why. And then I had an epiphany. I know why. We, the biggest spenders. I went and looked at statistics. We are only 14% in this country. And we the smallest as business owners. 2%. Asians was the smallest population, they had 6%. But in the CEO business space, they 11%. And then you had Hispanics in the middle, who's like 18% population. And then they're 8% business owners. And I was like, you know what? I know why they always coming for us. Because we don't own a damn thing. We always need them. We always have needed them. Because we don't own nothing of our own. That's why everything will always affect the black community. That's why. Because the black community is on WIC. Not everybody. But predominantly they on WIC, they on low housing, they on food stamps, they on Medicare, they on Medicaid, they on Social Security, they on all the government handout programs. And they don't own a damn thing. That is why they keep effing with us. That's why. And so you know what? It wasn't only him. It was a man that I shared with y'all just a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. And a week before that. That said, yeah, this new CBDC is going to affect black people. He didn't say black people. He said food stamps will control and program them. Cash aid, welfare will control and program that. Anybody on some type of couponing, clipping mission will control them. Because we don't own anything. And you know what's crazy? We missing out on the biggest wealth transfer of ever, period. There ain't no time that I could even think of that has been profitable for us to be a part of it without having to rely on these folks, without having to depend on these folks for handouts. Man, I'm righteously indignated. The wealth of the wicked has been stored up. You know what's the problem? We won't get up and go get it. And then we continue to spend our black dollars in a system that is coming for you and I.
Now see, she said it right. The wealth of the wicked has been given to the just. And we the just. Man, the world did us wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, now. I'm gonna get off this thing. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man.